Welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast. I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
And I'm Jaja.
Welcome back. Happy post-Thanksgiving, everyone. If you have watched us on YouTube, I have a different background. It's kind of jarring to actually look at it. But I had technical difficulties this morning, and I had to literally move everything closer to the router. The Wi-Fi sucks. but here we are. I feel like I'm kind of frazzled now because I was like running up and down trying to reset everything up, but whatever.
Take a breath, Shannon. Take a breath.
Before we get into nerdiest things, how was everyone's Thanksgiving?
I had a chill Thanksgiving. Went to visit some family in Atlanta. Did a little bit of traveling. It wasn't too crazy. I'd never flown on like around Thanksgiving time, so I was assuming the worst, but it wasn't too bad.
Oh, that's good.
Not as bad as I thought it was going to be, at least.
Yeah, maybe people are still too like apprehensive about traveling. So who knows? That could have been why.
Yeah, my return flight was actually fairly empty. My row, it was only me and one other person in the entire row.
That's that's good. Yeah. How long is the flight from Virginia to Atlanta? Like 2 hours? An hour and a half?
1.5.
Oh yeah. Super short because it's like right there. Cool. Jaja, what about you? What'd you do?
Me, I just chilled at home, you know. We cooked dinner over here. We had the family over here, so it was a little get together. It was fun. Ate turkey, lots of leftovers. You know how it is.
Yep.
Baked mac and cheese. Everything was hitting. So I had a good Thanksgiving.
So did I. Mine was pretty low key too. We stayed here. I tried a new mac and cheese recipe this year, and it came out great. So that's gonna be my go-to from now on. Yeah. Mm. What's your guys' favorite food of Thanksgiving? Is the mac and cheese?
That has to be it. It's that mac and cheese for me.
James, what about you?
Can I say the ham?
Ugh.
Oh, you guys don't like ham?
Well, I don't eat pork. So
honey glazed ham. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
But even before I stopped eating pork, I didn't like ham.
It's funny that you said that. My girl loves ham. Like she goes in on the ham for Thanksgiving. Like that's her thing. So
yeah, they went to town on this ham. It was like some brown cinnamon sugar sprinkled on it. I was like, oh man.
Yep. With some pineapples on top and the cherry.
Yeah, they did their thing with that ham.
Yeah.
Ham is like, I don't know. I never liked ham. Yeah, even before I stopped eating pork, I didn't like ham. I don't know why.
I'm not a ham person either. Like bacon is like pretty much as far as I go, and pork chops once in a while.
There's just something about the ham. It's just I don't know. It's good, but I just never get excited about ham. I don't know why. Anyway, it's not important. I like turkey, even though I know a lot of people don't like turkey, but I like it.
Turkey? A nice juicy turkey is amazing. Yeah.
A lot of people don't like it, but that's good to hear, Josh. I thought you like turkey. James, do you like turkey? No.
Yeah, I mean, I eat it. It's not the main event or anything like that for me.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it.
All right. Well, besides like food, what nerdy things did you guys do anything nerdy?
Yeah, a couple nerdy things. Actually, so on my flight, I watched Free Guy. Well, not the entire thing. I forgot what streaming service is on. In the airport on the way back, they had like Apple TV, so I watched the rest of it. But I like that movie, Free Guy.
Is that your first time seeing it? You never saw it in theater?
Yeah, I hadn't seen it before.
Oh, okay.
You want to give it a rating real quick?
Rating? It was like a cool 7. I mean, I wouldn't tell anyone go out their way to see it, but
really, you didn't like it like that?
Then yeah, I mean, if you're chilling on a flight and you're like, let me watch something, then go ahead and check that out. But yeah, don't rush out your house to go buy it on DVD or nothing like that.
Oh, that's interesting that you're saying that. How do you feel as a programmer watching it?
I mean, it definitely, there were some parallels that I can see. So like people trying to steal your work, take credit for it and then not pay you. I definitely can see that happening. Well, I mean, it happens a lot. It's never happened to me. I've never like made anything like that anybody wants to steal. Not that I know of, at least. But yeah, that intellectual property stuff, it goes pretty deep.
Right.
I'm surprised you didn't like it more. I want to
get into like some game development.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad. I wasn't crazy about it.
Interesting. I love that movie. I'll tell everyone to go out of their way to see
You
it.
didn't. I was definitely like looking at how they're trying to like commercialize like like being a programmer. You know what I mean? That's not like a
Yeah.
popular thing you see in TV. Besides, what's that show they got in California? Oh my God.
Silicon Valley.
Yes, Silicon
That
Valley.
show.
Like,
Yeah, I love that show.
so it's good to see that they're like trying to promote people to get into programming and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah, come one, come all.
Like that's easy to do.
Yeah, it's definitely hard, but once you're in the door, you're in the door.
Did you do anything else?
No, yeah, I started working this week. Jaja, you didn't even watch the last episode, huh? So yeah, I started working at Microsoft on last Monday.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. But yeah, it's just mainly like HR, mandatory training, that kind of stuff. So nothing exciting just yet. So yeah, getting back into the groove of like actually going to work every day. Well, I work from home, but yeah, getting back to that groove. So I actually didn't have as much time to do like the nerdy things. So I'm glad I beat Kingdom Hearts last week. Yeah, I don't think I played anything this week. Couple random rounds of Smash Bros, trying to get some practice in so I don't get too rusty. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I reading a couple mangas. There was something that I watched, but I forgot what it was, so it must not have been that good.
How far are you in? How far are you in Tokyo Revengers?
I did not start reading that at all.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah,
No pressure, no
behind.
pressure. But really, there's pressure.
Oh, and I watched Hawkeye too, so I got started on that.
Nice.
Yes. Yes. Since you didn't listen to last week's episode, Jada, James beat Kingdom Hearts 3 last week, finally. So
Okay.
talking about
And
how
the
bad it
review
was.
of it hasn't changed, right? It's still,
No.
it's still really
Nah.
That's hilarious because I really like that game. But I really like Marvel Avengers, and I just recently watched a video like shitting on it, and I agree with every point that it made. So it's like, I don't know what to say anymore.
It's okay, Jada. You have optimistic opinions about everything. That's what we love about you. It's all good.
Thank you.
What did I do? I didn't do anything super nerdy either. I watched Hawkeye, of course. What else did I do?
Oh, did you get started on Cowboy Bebop?
I watched the first 25 minutes of episode 1 and then I turned it off because I was like, I didn't know if I don't know. Maybe it's because I was doing other things while I was watching it, but I couldn't get into it. So I just turned it off, but I'm going to give it another go. But I'm getting very mixed reviews on the internet about Cowboy Bebop. So I don't know.
I got a little further in it. I think I'm up to episode 7 now. So I got like 3 left or so.
And what do you think about it so far? Should I continue watching it?
So far, yeah.
Okay.
I would give it a chance.
I've heard nothing but good things. I haven't started it yet, but it's right there. I'm probably gonna watch a few episodes at least before next week.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try to get back into it. I was saying that I was gonna give it another go, like when I'm not doing like multiple things and I can actually pay attention to it. But when I first gave it a try, I was like, I don't know. But it's just one of those things where maybe you just need to start it again and then continue. I'm surprised that you've heard nothing but good things because I've heard nothing from the people that I've been seeing like talk about it. All they've been saying is bad things about it. So it's interesting. Like
it's not like I probably got like 1 or 2 people I talked to about it. It's not like I heard a whole bunch of reviews. So
okay. I saw like a couple people talk about it that I know personally, and then like I saw some reviews online too. And I think it was just all mixed. And I think I saw like it was more leaning towards like not that great. But I'm gonna watch.
Don't listen to the critics.
I know. I never base like me watching something off of critics. I always still watch for myself. But you know, It does change how I go into the show. Like I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. So and then what else did I do? I think that's it. I played some Mario Party for Thanksgiving. Again, I'll stress for anyone that has a Switch, Mario Party is super fun. The new Mario Party that just came out. So you guys should buy that if you are looking for a fun multiplayer game. But that's pretty much all I did this week. Jaja, what about you? What did you do?
Well, I've been out of action for a minute, so I feel like I did a lot, but pretty much still playing Pokemon Go heavy, very heavy. I gotta there's been a couple of events that's happened that like I forgot to mention on the podcast for the people who are listening who play Pokemon Go. So I gotta, remind them that about the like different community days. Like it seems like every Monday there's a community day where it like highlights a certain Pokemon, and they just like spawning everywhere, and you can catch a bunch of them, and there's a high chance for you to get like the shiny version and stuff like that. So I think it was last weekend, the day that I missed was a community day for the Pokemon Shinx. It looks like a dog type Pokemon. It's like electric and psychic, I think. So those were popping up everywhere. I caught a whole bunch of shinies, and it was fun. I'm into like the shiny hunting part of Pokemon Go. It's interesting. What else have I done? Oh, and the next event that's about to happen is right now. You have a chance to catch Hoopa Unbound. I'm naming these Pokemon like everyone knows what they are, like, but yeah, it's a weird Pokemon. It looks like I don't know, like Mr. Mime, but it has like 6 arms, and they're not like really attached to his body. They're like hovering. It looks crazy, like most of these Pokemon do.
Check it out.
But
what's it
Oh,
called?
yeah, this does look crazy.
It's Hoopa Unbound, but supposedly it's a really strong Pokemon. So that's what I'm going after this week. I'll let you know if I get a good one next week.
Interesting. This looks like a Kingdom Hearts secret villain. It does.
That's funny. Way to sub Kingdom Hearts there, but
I mean, it does. A secret boss. I mean, it does though.
we try to get sponsorships here. But I have been playing the Halo multiplayer beta that's been out since last week, and
Nice.
it's like season 1 of Halo, so it's pretty much out, the multiplayer. I don't think they're gonna shut it down before the game comes out in like a couple days. So Halo's on and popping. It's been great. I found out that I suck at Halo. Like I'm really bad. So I gotta relearn the mechanics and find out the right sensitivity and learn all the new abilities. Like it's nuts. Like just the one, like the grappling hook ability that they showed in the commercials. Yeah, of course you can, grapple to walls and, move, and, that adds to your maneuverability when you're trying to get into a gunfight. But I've seen a clip of some guy playing capture the flag, and someone dropped the flag, and he used a grapple hook to literally like pull the flag to him. And I was like, all right, I gotta really like find out what's going on with this game. So looking forward to playing more of that.
When does the official game drop? Like the full game?
December 4th, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, so this week. Oh, snap.
Yes. Very, very soon. So Halo, we're about to be talking a lot about Halo. Well, I am about to talk a lot about Halo.
Yeah, I was planning on playing it too on PC.
You should check it out. It's out, and yeah.
Yes, you should play it on PC so you guys can both talk about it, because I definitely won't be talking about it. So
you might get that Game Pass. You just play it on PC with us.
No, it's not even the fact that I don't have an Xbox or a PC. It's the fact that it's a shooter and I suck at those. So why even stress myself out?
You could always play the campaign and just, have a relaxing time with it.
But nobody plays the campaign. Does anybody play the campaign?
Halo is about the campaign.
Is
more
it?
Than
I
the
don't
multiplayer.
know.
Definitely.
Oh.
Halo is one of those games you play for the game. You have that's one of those games you have to beat the campaign before you start playing the multiplayer.
But
if you don't play the campaign in Halo, that's weird.
Isn't the campaign also just a shooter? I would also just suck at that as well.
It is, but the story, it's the story of Master Chief. Like,
I'm not gonna progress through this. You know what? Let me stop stop using these negative terms. Maybe I'll try to play it, and maybe I will not suck that badly.
Just put it on easy mode. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a competition. Just put it on easy mode and just flow through it.
Can I use it? Can you use aimbots for story modes? Is that something to be ashamed of?
If you play it on PC, I'm sure there's a way.
James would know. James, can you use aimbots for story?
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
Okay.
I wouldn't know nothing about that though.
Oh, okay. You see, James is trying to take his name out of that pot. It's fine.
Yeah.
I feel it's fine. I feel like it's okay to play it in story mode as long as you're not playing it in multiplayer. It's not really cheating. So that's just what I'm telling myself. That's the only way I'll get through it. So we'll see.
All
But
right.
you know what? On PC, you know what? I don't have a computer to play it on because I feel like my Mac is kind of old. I don't know if it's gonna hold, and also not the great Macs are not great to run games. So I don't know. I don't think it's gonna get played on my PC or like on my computer. We'll see though.
It might. Just give it a shot. I don't know.
That's true.
Um,
Aiming is a lot better on PC, so maybe I'll be better at it. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Listen, it's worth the shot. I'm telling you, it's an amazing game. But okay, so I did start Hit Monkey. I had a similar experience that you did with
Oh.
Cowboy Bebop. Like I turned it on. I think I watched the first like 1.5 episodes. Then I turned it off, and I didn't really come back to it. But it's not like I wasn't like not interested in it. It's just I don't know. I wasn't in the right mood to watch it. Like you said, like I don't know. Or maybe
Yeah.
I was busy or not really paying attention to it or something, or too tired or something like that. But I did start it, and that's on my list of things. And besides, I mean, I didn't get anything for Black Friday, but I did want to mention like they had some good Black Friday deals.
They did. I didn't get anything for Black Friday either, but they did have. I did see that they had some good sales. So anybody that's in the market for a TV, a better TV to play your PS5 on, if you can even get one, then did anyone have PS5s for Black Friday? Target, Walmart, GameStop?
I did not even check for the Xbox or
Yeah, me
PS.
neither.
Oh,
I think I
speaking
might
of
have
which,
checked for the Switch. I was looking at getting a Switch. I want to get a Switch really bad because I'm playing Pokemon Go, and all I want to do is play the like new Pokemon games now.
Mhm.
But I know that's me just being like, I don't know what's the word for it, because I know I'm just gonna play it and then immediately be like, I just want to go back to Pokemon Go, that type of feeling. Like once you
Yeah.
have it, you
Yeah.
don't really want to play it as much anymore, 'Cause
Is
when
that
you
what
don't have
happens?
It could be the opposite.
Yeah, it could be.
That
You might
open
not wanna
world.
play-
Well, I mean, all
you-
Pokemon is open world, but the new Pokemon, I don't remember the name of it, but the new one,
Arceus, Arcane. I don't know what it's
Yeah.
called. I forgot.
That's the one that's not out yet. Arceus, the ones that just came out were Brilliant.
That's
Diamond,
Brilliant.
and Pearl.
Yeah.
Shiny Pearl, Brilliant Diamond. I might be saying it wrong.
No, you're saying it right.
So
yeah,
I
it
do
might
want
be
to play
those,
those.
but the new Arceus, I'll probably get Arceus and check that out.
It
Yeah,
looks
no,
good.
I'm definitely gonna get that. I'm gonna get that game. I didn't get Brilliant Diamond and Shining.
I might just have to get a Switch for that alone.
You should. And Jossie's not here, but he could have talked about Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl because he has the game, but he is not here. So
He's busy playing it.
is
Once
that
he's
what
back.
it is? Yeah, once
Once
he's
he's
back,
back, he will.
he'll talk about it. Maybe he'll be done with it by then. All right. Anything else, Jaja, that you want to bring up before
Nope.
we get into the topic? All righty then.
I did watch one more thing, and I'll
Hmm.
talk about it when we get to the movie section. But I did watch Home Sweet Home Alone. So
Is that out?
yes.
Oh, of course. It's the Christmas season. Of course it's out. Oh, God. Just talk about it now. Actually, no. We'll save it. Okay. We'll save it. I do want to hear your thoughts on it. But if that's all done, James, why don't you start us off with the most disappointing or more disappointing news from the worlds of video games?
Okay, so the lawsuits are piling in, folks. Sony, PlayStation, they have a lawsuit filed against them for gender discrimination against female employees. So far, it looks like only one person is in on this lawsuit. So it's not wide sweeping, but we don't know how bad it is just yet. This is the only one that's come publicly out. So she says there's been discrimination against females at the company. And then the dirty part is she's been terminated from the company, but it says the department, a certain department of Sony has been eliminated. And so her employment has to be terminated, but she wasn't even a part of that department. So that does not bode well for Sony here. Well, PlayStation, I should say.
So wait, that happened after she filed the lawsuit? She got fired?
Correct. Yeah, she
Ooh.
was fired from a department that dissolved that she was not a part of. So
Oh,
this
that's
is,
shady.
this
That's
is-
so shady. Wow.
Very.
Yeah, more details to come. But yeah, so far it's in the early stages here.
So come on, Sony. Look at everything that's happening with Activision. Why would you allow yourselves? Why would you?
Yeah, don't do it.
But then unfortunately, I don't think that it's as easy to boycott PlayStation like for fans than it is like, than it is to boycott Activision. So I'm proud of the fans who are not like buying any Activision games anymore, but I don't know if the fans are not going to buy PlayStations anymore, unfortunately. But I feel like they need to get their act together, because you can look at what's happening around you and can kind of see what that's going to do to your company and your sales. What happened, Jaja?
So is it just like one lawsuit being filed, or is it like a group of women or people?
At the moment, it looks like it's just the one person.
I wonder if it's going to be anyone else.
Because I feel like a lot of these companies are aware of what's happening these days, and if there's anything like that going on, they should be already trying to fix that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, get out ahead of it.
Yeah.
If anything exists right now, and if one person comes out about it, especially, I would expect to see others if it's happening. Because if it's a discrimination issue, then it can't be just one person that is happening to. You
That's
know what
true.
I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll follow this story.
That's true. Maybe there are more people that feel that way, but they don't want to say anything after they saw that this person got fired, quote, for the dissolving of their department that they're not on. But I guess we'll see. But yeah, these companies should be looking at what's happening and trying to get ahead of their own problems so that this does not cause issues for their. It's just kind of disappointing, but also not surprising. But still disappointing all the same. So we'll see what happens with Sony. We'll be following that, just like we're following Activision, which I don't think there are any updates on Activision from what we talked about last week, right, James? I haven't seen anything.
None so far.
Yeah.
None major so far.
So the CEO hasn't resigned yet?
Nah.
Wow. Okay. Maybe that'll change next week. We'll see. Maybe because the holiday, they gave him a couple days, but I'm guessing in the next couple days, he'll probably resign. Or if not, that's pretty bold of him, but we'll see. Or he'll be forcefully removed, but we will see what happens. What else is on the docket? All right, so that's PlayStation. Jaja, let's since you're the only Xbox representative here, talk about Xbox Cloud Gaming.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What, Xbox Cloud Gaming? Oh yeah, that's huge news. Huge. So, all right, so we got the Game Pass, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can play anywhere on the cloud on the devices where you can get Game Pass, and a web browser you could play on too. But now the cloud gaming is on Xbox the system now, meaning you can stream games from the cloud. You don't have to download them to your Xbox. Certain games. If you see the little cloud icon on the game, then you can just stream it straight from the system. You do not have to download it. And I think that's freaking huge. And not only that, the games that are Xbox Series X and S, it'll stream the Xbox Series X and S version of that game on your Xbox One, even if you're playing on your Xbox One.
Really?
So I think that is amazing. And I tried it, and the gameplay was like, it was playable gameplay. And even though like the video resolution kept like switching and it kept like buffering, but it wasn't too bad where I couldn't play the game, you know? So I think it's only going to get better, and I'm really excited for that because I think that is huge. I don't have to wait for a download. I can just try new games before I even put them on my system. I think that's like amazing.
And in some cases, some would say they don't even have to buy an Xbox Series X or S if certain games are available to download through the cloud, which is kind of interesting that they did, because that's going to affect their console sales. But whatever.
The thing is, Microsoft's not worried about console sales. If you looked at the first system they sold, they were losing money with each system that they sold. Microsoft is all about software. They don't care about the hardware. They're all about getting you to buy the game. So more power to them.
That's cool.
Maybe
Sony doesn't
check it
have.
out.
Yeah, Sony doesn't have anything like that. They need to catch up. They do need to catch up with Microsoft in terms of their software and stuff like that, because that is pretty cool, and that is pretty big that you don't have to put games on the system, especially for Sony, because their games take up a lot of space on the PlayStation. And
man, I already deleted Kingdom Hearts. I was like, I'll beat it when you free up some space.
I think depending on which games you put on there, you put like 7 games on your PlayStation, and then you have to delete something because your space is all gone already.
the base games aren't that bad. It's all the downloaded content and all the things that they release that make it like 100 gigs and stuff. But then I look at my Destiny file and I'm like 100 and something gigs for Destiny. Like what the hell? That's why I can't keep it on Xbox. So Red Dead, all those games are huge.
Yeah. So that is pretty big, and that would be super beneficial if other companies got on that bandwagon and followed Xbox suit. But I will give Xbox credit for that. You guys are cool in that regard, I guess.
Thank you, Shannon. Thank you. I'll take that.
Still need some better exclusives, but whatever.
It's coming. It's coming.
Is it?
Yeah,
We'll
I was looking at that argument I was having, and you guys definitely are winning the exclusive argument right now as it stands. But I think this time next year it might be a little bit different. And in the meantime, Nintendo's gonna crush both of us. So that's what's
you
happening.
think Nintendo's gonna crush Xbox and PlayStation? I don't think so.
I'm talking about the exclusives that they have coming out next year. I think they have some pretty cool games lined up.
What's coming out for Nintendo next year?
Pokemon. I think Breath of the Wild is supposed to come out next year.
There's no date though. Next year, but we don't know when.
Right.
I'm anxiously waiting for that one. Breath of the Wild 2, I mean.
Oh, did you see that somebody's offer? Actually, hold on. Let me quote this. Actually, since we're on Breath of the Wild, I think there's an independent developer that's offering $10,000 for anyone that can successfully develop a multiplayer mod for Xbox Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, I did see that
for Xbox Breath of the Wild.
No, for Xbox. Is that what I said? Sorry, for for Breath of the Wild for Zelda.
Oh,
sorry.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool. 2-player co-op for that game. I'm surprised they haven't done that already.
Oh, it's a YouTuber. So a YouTube, guys, YouTubers are rich. So he's offering a $10,000 reward to anyone who can successfully create a multiplayer mod for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So if anyone's into game development,
and once Nintendo finds out you did that.
That's very true. That's very, very true. But if anyone wants to take the risk and you're into game developing, give it a stab. But yeah, I wouldn't do it. I'd be afraid.
Just take that game builder garage and show you can make it right on there.
Oh my god, I haven't. So I was looking through my Switch games the other day, and I realized that I haven't touched I haven't touched that game in months. James, have you played it at all?
No, I haven't. I scrolled right past it the other day too. I was like, oh, I need to play this some more.
James is playing it in real life right now.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, that and Hades. I need to beat Hades too for Switch.
He got the Microsoft game builder garage right now.
Right.
The kid.
James, give it a couple years. You should make your way over to the Xbox division of Microsoft. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, I'm already scheming. Don't worry.
You're employed by Microsoft. You can't. You got to get an Xbox now. You have
playing both sides. Well, I do have Game Pass. So I have Game Pass. I got my Xbox Live profile account.
Oh,
so
nice. You gotta send me that. Send me that.
I'll send it to you,
man. Let's do this.
Don't let them find out you don't actually have an Xbox.
Oh, they don't care if you have an Xbox.
That's true. That's true. They don't care. That's
that's the thing.
Yeah, I got Windows PC and my Xbox. What is this called? Oh, it's just called Xbox Live. But yeah, I got an account. Yeah, I can play Game Pass games from my PC.
Awesome.
I need to get a gaming computer. Because I feel like I'm missing out on all the good stuff because I don't have a PC. I don't have a good computer to play games on. I'll get that soon. What were we talking about before we? Oh yeah, the mod thing. But yeah. I guess you don't need an Xbox anymore. I feel kind of left out. I'll play the games on my iPad for now.
Just as like an honorable mention, I've been looking into getting a retro handheld. Like an emulator, something that plays emulators, either like a little mini PC or a handheld device that plays everything. But the Xbox Series S, there's like a developer kit that it's like a one-time payment of like $10 or $20, and you can download freaking emulators on your Xbox One, Xbox S.
Oh, that's cool.
Like everything. So
that's pretty cool. Yeah. If anyone that listens to us has any suggestions for an affordable gaming computer that's not overpriced like Alienware, please send it to me. Thank you. Because I'm very interested. James, you have a desktop, Monday. Right?
Yeah.
You have a desktop. You don't have a okay, you don't have a laptop. Okay, I don't have space for a desktop, so it definitely needs to be a laptop. So if anyone has any suggestions, please send that my way. Thank you. And yeah, even though Cyber Monday and Black Friday is like all the same thing because no one shops in stores anymore. Do they? Like I didn't hear any. Yeah, I feel like everyone did their Black Friday shopping like mostly online. It's all the same.
I
Consumer
have
scams.
I have an all-in-one PC, and I'm interested to see how it games. So I might test it out, and maybe you could get it all-in-one. It's just like a monitor with everything in it.
Oh, okay,
Got some of that cloud gaming up there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think that's all. Is there anything else going on in video game news this week? I don't think so.
That's all I got for video games.
Xbox cloud gaming is the future. That's the main takeaway from this discussion.
Yes.
Anyway,
I think I should just put an Xbox logo in the corner of my screen when we do these videos. Or maybe James could talk to his Microsoft buddies and, like, yo, this guy's going for your hardcore. You need to
gotta sponsor this guy.
Send us some stuff, Microsoft, anything.
Yeah.
Game Pass for a year for Shannon.
Listen, if Xbox or Microsoft were to tell us that they wanted to sponsor us, I will quickly become a Microsoft fan. PlayStation 2, PlayStation what? I don't know. That's all it would take. But yeah, let's get into some TV movie news. Jaja, I don't know if you want to start us off by talking about what is it called?
Home Sweet Home Alone.
Sweet Home Alone.
I don't have a lot to say about it. I watched it.
Was it terrible?
I'm gonna say it was right there in that halfway mark. Like it could really like annoy you, or you could it could be kind of nostalgic, and you could be like, oh, I get what they were trying to do. Because I'm on that more of that side of like, I get what they were trying to do, just because I want to look at the good side. But it was really like it stayed true to like the original two. More so the first one when he was in at his house in not New York, and like they used the same music. It was the same kind of story, like a big house family, and they forget him somehow, and then he's there, and he's like, I get to have all this peace and quiet, and then these burglars come to mess up his peace and quiet, but they weren't really like burglars. They were kind of like good people who just happened to be in a little spot where they needed some cash, and this kid, I don't want to tell the freaking story, but like there was something from this kid that was inside the house, not from the kid, but like, yeah, from the kid though, kind of. Okay, but I don't want to tell the story. But these two, they weren't really burglars. They were a couple who needed some cash, and there was something in the house that was valuable to them that they knew was very valuable, and it was theirs to begin with. So it was kind of like theirs, and they were just trying to get it back. So they had to break into the house to get it back. So that's where all the antics come in. And they had,
How did they get this thing in their house in the first place? Like, how did they end up with it?
The main kid, in the beginning, this couple is trying to sell their house, and I guess they were at the house viewing it. Or they were pretending they were going to go view the house, because I don't think they really needed to buy a house. But I forgot why the mom wanted to act like they were viewing the house. And in viewing the house, they saw this box of antique dolls, and they had a conversation about the collector's value of the dolls. And so the dude, I think, said something to piss off the kid, and the kid like took the doll as like a like fuck you for saying like pissing me off, So he ends up taking the doll, and the doll's like worth like $250,000. So so they were tight for cash, and they were like really like goofy, like too dumb. Like it was like they were too dumb. That's what annoyed me. And like the antics were like they were hardcore antics, and some of them were pretty good. Some of them were kind of like corny, but like I think there was one part where the woman Robert walks into a spot where she has the Nerf guns pointed at her, and they're shooting darts at her, and the darts at the tip of it has push pins. So the push pins are just sticking her all over the place. This is like one of the first couple of things that she got caught with, and they're like, if I was just like a regular couple who needed $250,000, I'm not gonna get shot up by freaking push pins. Like if that's one of the first things that happened to me, it's like, all right, I'm good. But like, and then the whole thing about Kevin's brother being in the movie as a cop, it was really irrelevant. He had like 5 to 10 minutes of the movie. Like,
Interesting.
it was really like them just calling back to that movie. Like, anybody who watches this movie is going to want to know what he's talking about. So it's just going to make them watch the first Home Alone. Like, it has no, and you don't need to, because he really just mentions Kevin and what happened in the movie, but it's really like really quick. So it's a missed opportunity. And it could have been better, but I get it. It definitely reminds you of the first one, automatic, and it's definitely better than the third and fourth one.
Well, of course.
The first two are like classics. It's not a classic, but I get what they're aiming at.
I just don't get why remake it when Home Alone and Home Alone 2 still get heavily played every single holiday season. It's not like it's something that people forgot about, you know what I mean? And I feel like
it's like if Mariah Carey were to make another Christmas song right now. Like, why would she do that? The one that she has makes millions every Christmas.
It's probably for the newer generation who would watch Home Alone and complain about the quality of it or something like that. I feel like that's what it was for. But I feel like adults, like people that grew up with Home Alone, like, why would you? Mm-hmm.
I feel like it wanted to show, like, I don't know, like how Home Alone would be in 2021, if that makes sense. With like the toys and the gadgets and like, because there was one point where the guy got caught with the Oculus on and he thought he was in virtual reality in real life, and that's something they couldn't do back then. So I guess they wanted to do a 2021 Home Alone. Like, that's what I see it as.
I guess so. But again, I feel like that still just appeals to the younger generation. I feel like the millennials, they would still prefer 9 out of 10 times probably. I feel like they would still prefer to watch.
They're gonna prefer it, but I bet you they're gonna go watch it.
Just are they?
I don't know. I wanted to.
I have no intentions of seeing this.
I feel like Home Alone was a huge part of my childhood that I was like, all right, I gotta see it just to see what it is.
I'll put a poll up on our Instagram and see what people say.
That'd be interesting.
I 100% guarantee that people are not gonna want to watch it.
But I'm also a hypocrite because like I love, like, Rugrats was one of my favorite cartoons back in the day, and they remade it on Paramount Plus. I watched like 5 minutes of it, turned it off, haven't come back to it. Not even interested in going back to it, but I guess eventually I would. But I can see how I can be a hypocrite in that.
That animation is terrible, so I would understand that you don't want to watch it at all. That's kind of how I felt about it too. When I watched it, that's kind of how I felt about it.
That's kind of how you guys are feeling about Home Alone, and I get it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just why? I have the classic Home Alone. I watched it the other day, so I feel like I would just rather watch that. But whatever. We'll see. If you've seen Home Alone,
no argument there.
Yeah, if you've seen what's it called? Home Sweet Home Alone. There it is. Then let us know what you thought of it, or if it's worth watching. But yeah, we'll see. Another thing that most people might find unnecessary is can you guys hear my dog barking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hold on, I'll wait for her to stop. Okay, another thing that came out.
Your dog is better than Hawkeye's dog for sure.
Before we even get to Hawkeye, though, the Bel-Air teaser came out this past week. What do you guys? How are you guys feeling about this?
That was the theme song, right?
Yeah.
I did watch it. I'm freaking hyped for this show. I can't I'm so hyped for that show. And I thought the theme song was amazing. Like they're really trying to like slow it down and give it some like drama and depth, and like I hope it's like super like suspenseful and like serious. Like I'm not looking for like a comedic Fresh Prince. I want it to be like super like gritty, and I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if I feel like it was so dramatic. I'm like, am I ready do I need to watch this? James, what did you think about it?
Yeah, I'm on the opposite side of what Jaja here. I wasn't a fan. This is like some overly dramatic spoken word of a song that we all know. Nah, this is not it.
I get it.
To be fair, I am gonna watch it and give it a chance, but I don't know if I'm definitely not excited for it, but I'm gonna watch it. Why not? But I just feel like it's so dramatic. I feel like it's so dark. It's such like the complete opposite,
That's what I'm looking forward to, though. Like I'm looking forward to that dark dark, serious version of Fresh Prince. Like, I don't know why.
Well, why did it have to be the Fresh Prince? I feel like they could have just made another show and just like made it. I mean, I guess I
This
mean, I
could have been its
understand.
own title.
Yeah, but you know,
Like,
whatever.
did you see when the trailer first came out? Like, I don't know, it just got me that it was just this alternate version of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The fact that it was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, hour episodes, super serious format, like what we're used to nowadays, it's like that's what got me. So it has to be Fresh Prince. It wouldn't have been the same if it wasn't.
We'll see. When it comes out, I'll watch we watch the first episode and we can talk about it. When does did it say when it comes out? I think I missed that. Let's see. Next year? Let me see.
Is there a release date? I didn't
Yeah,
see
you said
don't-
streaming 2022.
No date. Okay. Well, when it does come out, well, I guess we can watch it and give our thoughts. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it, but I'll give it a chance. I'll never knock it before I watch it. So it might be great or it might be traumatic. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, we'll if you're excited about the Bel-Air remake, let us know in the comments. I feel like I'm used to it by now, everything being remade, because I feel like that's the time that we're in. That's the culture that we're living in now. So I'm just waiting to see what they're gonna redo next. And that's just kind of the life that we've fallen into. Yeah. I'm gonna completely turn over to the foreign shows on Netflix because at least those are original. But
Listen, there's some good foreign shows out there. Like
there's really good foreign shows out there. Congrats to Netflix for getting ahead of the curve on that because no one wants to watch all these remakes. But we'll see. So let's get into the main thing of this week. Hawkeye has started this past week. First 2 episodes are out on Disney Plus. The 3rd episode comes out tomorrow. What did you guys think? Episodes 1 and 2. Did it grab you, or are you just like right now?
I'm interested.
Who wants
so
to
far.
go first?
Oh, okay. I thought James was gonna come with I thought he was gonna say he didn't like it that much.
I can't hate on everything. But no, I'm interested so far. I would say Clint, if Black Widow's like my least favorite, he's probably my second least favorite. So I did not have high hopes coming into this. But I mean, not that they are boring. This guy's like a regular guy with a bow and arrow, and you got a literal god next to you. He just pales in comparison. But I mean, the show is so far I'm liking it.
James is just hating on the regular folks.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely a hater.
The non-super powered.
I feel like I'm the opposite on this one.
You don't like it?
I was interested going into the show, but watching these first 2 episodes, I'm like, I still have that interest, but I'm like, the first 2 didn't get me that excited. I'm happy that they dropped 2. I'm happy that they're longer episodes, but nothing was really like super fantastic for me in these 2 episodes. Like, I get it, they're trying to build Kate Bishop's backstory, which we got to talk about because I think it's kind of like, I don't know how I feel about her right now.
Okay, we definitely have to get into that. But really quickly, when the show came out, I think I didn't watch it until Thursday. And then I had to watch it again because I was like half paying attention. But like I saw a review that said like the first episode is like a lackluster 4 out of 10. And I was like, oh God. So I got nervous going into it. But I actually liked the first episode. I mean, it was kind of slow, but like it has to build so that it makes sense. You know what I mean? Shows have to build the story. It can't be like all
origin story.
Yeah.
Right.
So
no, I have no problem with the story building. I like the fact that they're building her story. I like that they showed her in the midst of the attack on New York. In the midst of the aliens coming. Like, I liked her view of that. It's just her character specifically and Hawkeye's character kind of now. Because first of all, why are they shitting on Hawkeye? Because he's the only Avenger to not get a movie. All right, he's getting.
But do you want to see a movie about Hawkeye? I don't.
Show. This is not his show. This is a show about Kate Bishop. This is not his show. He's in the show as like a mentor, but it's not his show. Why are they taking a poop on Hawkeye? First of all, that's what I want to know.
But would you want a movie that's just about Hawkeye?
Yes, they can make an interesting Hawkeye movie. Show us Budapest. Give us the like. That's they could have did in a way like it was like the versus to Black Widow. Like you have to see it's like the part 2 to Black Widow to see the other side of everything that they did together, and they can make a whole interesting story about his family like they did with Black Widow. You know what I mean? Like they made a movie about Black Widow. Why can't they do one about Hawkeye?
That's true. That's true.
So,
But I don't mind it being a show, and I don't know if I don't mind that he's not the main focus. I feel like they're focusing on him enough. Like I kind of like his character.
I mean, I don't mean to cut you off, but I get that he's like being a mentor in this show, but I really want to know what happened in Budapest and like, see some kick-ass Hawkeye moments, not no PSD, traumatized Hawkeye. You understand?
Well, first of all, blame Black Widow for not showing you what happened in Budapest, because that was the opportunity to show us that, and they completely.
But she did. She kind of did. We went to Budapest. Didn't we go to Budapest and Black Widow?
Yeah, but they didn't talk about what happened between her and Clint at all. Like,
right, it could have been answered in the Hawkeye movie. You know what I mean? Like,
but it could have been answered in Black Widow. I feel like they could have answered.
You're right. You're 100% right. But
I don't know if Hawkeye needed his own movie. I feel like Black Widow having her own movie was enough, and I definitely wasn't even that interested in her solo movie. I mean, it turned out to be good, but like, I feel like he doesn't need his own movie. I feel like it's not like we haven't seen enough of Hawkeye. He's been in a lot of the movies. We've got enough of him. I don't know if he needs a solo movie, but I feel like he's done enough. I feel like we've seen him enough. I could be wrong about that.
You're not interested to see how Hawkeye became Hawkeye? We saw how
everybody else became. I am interested in that, but I was also interested in seeing
the world's greatest archer. Like that's what pissed me off about the first 2 episodes.
Yeah,
they're really making it sound like anybody could just like if you just tried really, really hard at martial arts, you become this kick-ass martial artist, and now you're the world's best martial artist, which is another thing we got to talk about, because I have a list of heroes that need to fight so we can find out who's stronger than who, because everyone's a nice martial artist now. It's like, this is not a superpower, fighting martial arts, all right?
I mean, if you practice martial arts for years and years and years, then, eventually I would assume that you'd be pretty good at it.
So who's going to win? Shang-Chi versus Kate Bishop?
Oh, Shang-Chi, of course. That's not a question, really.
See, I don't know.
But Shang-Chi with the Shang-Chi with the 10 rings, or Shang-Chi normal?
No, normal, without the props. I'm talking about straight martial arts.
Oh, I don't know, actually.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I would still probably say, I don't know. That's hard. Let's see if there's a death battle that comes out.
I need Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Shang-Chi and his sister, Iron Fist without using the Iron Fist, obviously. Black Widow, Hawkeye, and Kate Bishop. They all need to have a tournament, and that's just the name of few.
Anime style tournament arc.
Yeah, I think that Shang-Chi would actually win against Kate Bishop, because when we saw the couple of fighting scenes that we did see, I feel like she wasn't that great. So I feel like
she was getting whooped.
I think so. I think Shang-Chi is ranked higher than Kate Bishop, but I still need to see it, because she just took on 6 fully grown adult males by herself. Yeah, and I thought it was interesting.
I kind of like that we see Hawkeye. I know that you think that we haven't seen enough of him, but it was kind of cool to see, all of the toll that him being just simply a human man, like doing all the things that he's done with the Avengers, has taken on him. The fact that he's like he's like partially deaf and like he's losing his hearing. I thought that was kind of cool, because like he is just a human, you know what I mean? And like if you see all the things that he's done and like everything that he's lived through, I feel like it's unrealistic. Kind of like that we're seeing that. No, you didn't like that? No.
I hated it.
Why?
It humanizes him.
He is a
makes
human.
Him seem like he's not a hero. Like,
but that's the thing, though. He is a hero, but
he's a hero.
But he is a hero, but he's just a human man. He's immortal.
And now he has a protege that's probably going to be better than him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I got mixed feeling about Hawkeye.
1 second, guys.
We do still have 4 hours left of Hawkeye material, so 4 episodes left. I mean,
yeah, it's only 6. It's only 6 episodes. I'm kind of upset that it's so short, but I guess we'll see. That's how many episodes Falcon and the Winter Soldier was, right?
I believe so.
I think so. But they should stick to the formula of releasing the first two on the first day. That was nice.
Yeah.
And but another thing about Kate Bishop is like she's like this super rich overachiever is what they're trying to describe it as, and it's like I don't like it's such an unrelatable fucking human being. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're super rich and you're an overachiever. Like, really? Does that even exist?
Like, it's not relatable really at all. I mean, I'm not saying that I relate to her character, but I mean, I don't have a problem with her character either. I think she's okay. We'll see.
She reminds me of a lot of like Captain Marvel and like the reasons why people didn't like Captain Marvel. Like she was super cocky and confident and like, you know, think she knew everything and all that stuff. Like, I don't know. But
I don't think she's as bad as Captain Marvel. Not at all. I like her way more so far than I did Captain Marvel.
Okay.
I don't know. James, what about you?
Yeah, I don't really like Captain Marvel either. So far, I mean, they touched on it. How her mom was talking to her. She was like, "You're rich and you're young." So the two combination of people that think they're untouchable. So I mean, it's like they're addressing like, all right, this person is rich and they think they know everything already. So I feel like at some point in the show she's going to get humbled pretty seriously.
Yeah.
I have so much more. Like the fact that she just like watched Hawkeye, and I get it, she's inspired by him, and then she's like, I got to get a bow and arrow after my father died, and then become the world's best archer. It's just like this concept is just so like I can't see it happening. Like I don't know.
I mean, I feel like that's realistic. I feel like if you're 10 or however old she was, I think she was 10. And you decide that you want to become a good archer and you're basically practicing archery and martial arts for 12 years, I feel like you'd be pretty good at it by the time 12 years is over. I don't know.
All right, so anybody can be Hawkeye, is what we're saying.
I mean, yeah, he's just a person with a bow and an arrow. If you're good at archery, I feel like you can.
That's not how it is in the comics, though. Like in the comics, Hawkeye, like super hawk vision, he could hear, like they kind of touched on it, but he had like, it was like superhuman level sensory stuff and like aim and trick shots and all that stuff. Like they're dumbing him down too much.
I think that they're humanized. I don't want to say dummy. I mean, I guess I see what you mean. But I feel like I like this human version because again, like they're not super powered individuals. They're just people. You know what I mean? I feel like he is.
I feel like he's supposed to be super powered. Hawkeye kind of has superpowers. And Black Widow is too. She's supposed to have like some of the super serum in her, but I don't know why they're not saying that. They're just making them humans.
Yeah, I mean, they can't pick up everything from the comics. You know what I mean? Because that'd be too much to explain. So I understand why they altered it. I mean, I don't know. I like Hawkeye being this kind of half human, half, you know, like he's still more average than regular humans, but he's still a human at the end of the day. So there's only so much that he can do. So I kind of like that. I know you don't, but I kind of like it. I mean, I guess we'll see what happens with the rest of the show. I'm looking forward to the rest of the show, though. I enjoyed it. I didn't have a problem with it. I thought that the first episode was at least a 6, not a 4, like some critics were saying. I feel like that's a little dramatic, but.
And then her destroying the bell tower with the arrow. I'm like, oh my god.
That was a little much. So I was like,
it was like cringy. Like, yo, what do you mean? It's just regular. Oh, I gotta pay for this bell tower that you broke. Oh my god, I'm gonna take away your cell phone now. Like, what are you talking about right now?
Take away your credit cards.
Like, for real.
Isn't that like Tony Stark? Did you have a problem with how unrealistic Tony Stark's character is?
No, I love Tony Stark. What are you talking about?
But you see, it's the same kind of rich privilege.
No, it's not. What are you talking about?
Yes, it is.
It's totally different.
How?
It's not. How are you comparing the two?
I'm talking about because you're comparing the unrealisticness of how rich she is, right? And
no, not of how rich she is. Her character, her personality, like how that affected her.
Okay, but money was a part of something that you said, though.
Right.
But like, It's the same thing. It's the same thing with Tony, though. He's super rich and he was super arrogant the first couple of movies. So I feel like
he was.
That
and he got
would also
humbled pretty quick by getting kidnapped by middle Afghanistan terrorists and being locked in a cage and having to use your own knowledge to get yourself out of that. She hasn't had no life. Okay, she was a part of the incident that happened in New York, but that's not a life or death experience. Like she got out of that okay.
I guess so. I would say that Tony wasn't humbled until after the first Avengers movie. That's when I say that it really happened. But whatever. his all three of his movies, he was super kind of unbearable. But whatever.
And
I guess I
and
see what
he
you're
just
saying.
had like he was super smart like that. Then like he was always super smart, right?
Mhm.
So it's not like the money affected his smart. Like I'm trying to like just like work like
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
able to build the machine, the Iron Man suit from his own knowledge. She like picking up a bow and arrow that takes like a lot of skill and time and
But it was
she
time. We just didn't see it
picked it
happen
up
on
as a
screen.
little kid and now she's like one of the world's best archers.
I
Like,
feel like that's realistic, Jaja. I feel like that's realistic. If you started archery when you were 10
okay,
and you're the
all
age
right,
you are
I
now,
get
don't
it.
you think you would be good?
Even okay, let's say she has good archery skills. She can aim really good, but like, does that make her shots powerful? But they tried to like do that with the bell tower by crushing the bell tower, and it's like, wait, what about that made the bell tower crush?
Yeah, I don't
Like
get it.
her arrow was that strong? Are you telling me that? Is that what you're trying to say?
The bell tower was that fragile.
I think the arrow cut the rope and it kind of then the bell fell because the rope was cut, and then I think that's how that happened. I don't know. That's just what I observed.
I'll roll with that.
Jaja really doesn't like Kate Bishop. Okay. I think she's funny. I like her. So we'll see what happens, I guess.
I think, but as far as like her acting and stuff like that, like I like it. I like her. Like she's playing the character good. Mm-hmm. I just don't like how they scripted the character.
Okay, that's fair enough. I don't have I'm not. I'm not as angry at Kate Bishop as Jaja is, but
it's pretty early
mad
on.
At Marvel.
I mean, it is pretty early, but we're almost. No, I mean it is early, but we're almost halfway through the season already, so I guess we'll see, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, they are captive right now, so this could be her humbling moment that comes. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. She when is it tomorrow that it comes out?
Yes, tomorrow. If you're listening to this on Tuesday, yes, episode 3.
Tuesday,
this is supposed to hold us over until Spider-Man, right? So
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man
countdown. We are 17 days away. Pre-sale started yesterday. If you're listening to this on Tuesday, so
I gotta.
Well, not now while we're recording, but this comes out on Tuesday, so on Monday pre-sale starts. So
gotcha. Time to camp the line. Hopefully there's no bots selling Spider-Man tickets. What has the world become if that's what we're getting to?
I am thinking about seeing Spider-Man in 4DX, so if I decide to do that, I'll let you guys know how it is.
She's going all out.
Because I've always wanted to see a 4DX movie, and I feel like what movie would be good to see in 4DX? And I feel like Spider-Man would be good. I don't know if all that stuff going on will be distracting from the actual movie plot, but we'll see. But I definitely want to try it out. What was I about to say? I feel like I lost my train of thought. But Hawkeye was good. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. So
same.
What do you give it so far? Both episodes on a scale of 1 to 10.
The series right now for me has a 7. I'm intrigued. If you're not like a diehard Marvel fan, I probably wouldn't suggest it to you. But if you're like, if you got Marvel tattoos and stuff like that, then yeah, go ahead and check that out.
Jaja, what about you?
I can't give it a rating yet, but I'm gonna say if you wanted a Hawkeye movie, then I guess this is as close as you're gonna get. So you might as well watch this and enjoy the first episode about being about Kate Bishop rather than Hawkeye. So it should have been called Kate Bishop instead of Hawkeye.
But Kate Bishop becomes the next Hawkeye. So
it should have been called Kate Bishop and Hawkeye or like something.
But Kate Bishop becomes Hawkeye. That's why it's called Hawkeye, because she becomes the next one.
Hopefully we can see that he's trying to mentor her. Like that was quickly established that she
can only
wants
be
to
Hawkeye
be his
for
protege.
so much longer. He's old. He needs to retire. So I feel like, it has to be passed on.
It would be really cool if they like introduce his wife as a kick-ass superhero, because she seems to be like pretty cool.
Yeah, she seems to know a lot, and she's always on the sidelines. So yeah, that would be cool to see if they did that. But yeah, I agree with James. I also give it a 7. That rating could go up or down depending on the next, few episodes that we have to go, but we'll see. I liked it. And I also was very entertained by the Broadway show in the beginning of the first episode. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That was the most cringy thing to watch that I've ever seen in my life.
I think it was purposely done that way. It was funny though.
Like I can see them coming out with a musical like that for real, like and running it.
No,
like,
easily.
It's like that was crazy.
I thought that was very funny. I mean, it was cringy, but it was funny just because it was so ridiculous. But yeah, looking forward to the rest of the episodes. Any more thoughts about? Oh well, really quickly. So some people are boycotting Hawkeye actually because of the art style is taken directly from the comic, and they haven't. From what I'm understanding, is that Marvel hasn't properly compensated the artist of the original comic series, David Aja. So some fans are boycotting the show. From what I understand, Marvel gave like a special thanks credit, but I don't know if they're compensating him. But we talked about this earlier, like a couple months ago, about how the comic artists for Marvel only get paid like $5,000, like for their storylines being adapted, which is ridiculous. But
yeah. I was gonna say it's not just the art style, it's the comic, the story, everything.
Mhm.
Like a lot of his comic is being adapted. The whole rooftop scene of Hawkeye fighting the Chitauri. He wasn't fighting Chitauri in the comics, but there's a scene in the comics where he's at the rooftop like that. Like there's just a lot of scenes being taken directly from his stuff for him to just get like a $5,000 stipend. Like, come on. But in
that's
terms
a
of
problem.
boycotting,
Yeah.
in terms of boycotting the show, I don't agree with boycotting the show. Like, what is us boycotting the show gonna do? Let him sue like Scarlett Johansson and get your money. What you mean? Don't boycott
That's
the show.
True.
Watch this.
That's true.
Get
And
the show. Watch the show so it makes money so that it can pay him in the lawsuit.
Exactly. To rectify this issue, all it takes is one artist suing Marvel or Disney for rightful compensation, and then like everyone will get compensated properly, because like if they don't have any, like if they can't adapt the storylines, then they have no, you know what I mean? Then they're not going to have anything to produce in the future. So I feel like that would be, if just one person does it, I feel like it would be extremely beneficial for all the rest of the artists that feel like they're not being compensated properly. So whoever wants to go first, be the brave one.
I feel like they probably have airtight contracts, so it's probably written within the contract, like, hey, you can't come back for more money. Because I feel like someone would have tried to come after them sooner. Already. That's true. I mean, it's just being found out how unfair it is. But yeah, it's probably an airtight contract like that.
Well, if you haven't signed a contract yet, all it takes is you refusing to sell your storyline to Marvel. That's all it takes. And then I feel like if you put yourself in a position to actually, I don't know, let me shut up, because I don't really, like you said, I don't really know what goes on behind the scenes, but I just feel like just say no. You know what I mean? Because I feel like in that situation, the artists have the power, because if they can't adapt your storyline, it's kind of going to mess up the flow of Marvel storytelling. So I feel like the power first and foremost lies with the artist. And then after they sign a contract, then not so much. But
I feel like it's easily a scenario where your whole livelihood is dependent on Marvel, kind of. And if you don't agree to what they want to do, they can take it all away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true too.
It's definitely
it's a hard
easy situation to take advantage of them.
Yeah, which it kind of sucks, because Marvel has all the money. Freaking 3 of their movies are the highest grossing movies of all time. So I feel like for them to only pay the artist $5,000 is like so ridiculous and so like cheap of them. So, you would think that they would find it in their hearts to pay them more, but it hasn't happened yet, clearly. But that should change. Shame on you, Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Shame on you. They're swimming in the dough and they can't properly compensate people. But that's most companies. It's corporate greed at its finest. Even it exists even in Marvel, people. It exists everywhere. So just keep that in mind. I don't know. Hopefully things will change soon, but who knows? But yeah. Does anyone have any more thoughts on Hawkeye or that?
I'm good for right now.
Until next week.
Yep. So again, pre-sale for Spider-Man starts on it started yesterday. Sorry. And we are 17 days away from Spider-Man. Exciting. And yeah, we'll be back next week. We'll talk about the 3rd episode of Hawkeye and anything else going on. So as always, you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Blerdsnerds, subscribe to our YouTube channel, send us an email at blerdsnerds@gmail.com, and rate, review, and subscribe on your podcast listening app of choice. As always, I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
I'm Jaja.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Peace.